Yo, this is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation, baby.
Hey, this is the heavyweight champ from UBC. You're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
This is Dante Williams, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So old Bobby finally puts an end to the rumors of Floyd Mayweather negotiating a deal with Mayweather-Cotto, offering him $40 million and so on and so forth. Now, the first thing I want to say is there's a reason why I didn't report or do a video on that rumor. For one reason is because I didn't believe it. I thought it was ridiculous. It didn't make sense to me, right? I mean, if Bob Arum is trying to make the biggest fight that he can make in his stable next to the Pacquiao fight, which is Canelo versus Cotto, and Mayweather is trying to make the biggest fight of all time, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, why would Bob Arum and Floyd Mayweather all of a sudden agree to putting on Mayweather versus Cotto? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The only way it would have made sense on Mayweather's part, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm just talking about as far as getting leverage, as far as negotiations for a possible Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. The only way it would have made sense to me is if Cotto wasn't a top-ranked fighter, or if Cotto was willing to break his contract to fight against Floyd Mayweather, and then they start negotiating. Then Bob Arum, he would be forced to make the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. Okay? He would have to pick up them roadblocks that he keeps throwing in the middle of the road, and he would have to allow the fight to take place, possibly. Another reason why I didn't want to report on something like that is because, as far as I'm concerned, that would have been depressing, extremely depressing news when we come this close to getting the biggest fight to be made, just for us to get something other than Mayweather versus Pacquiao. It would be tragic, as far as I'm concerned, to get anything other. If we get Mayweather-Cotto and then we get Pacquiao-Jesse Vargas, now even though that still makes Mayweather look good because he's fighting the middleweight champion, right? And once again, he's already pound for pound the best fighter in the world. He's already the best fighter of this era. Manny Pacquiao needs Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather does not need Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather only needs Pacquiao to shut up the decafs. And realistically, the decafs are not that important, okay? But as always, don't get the message confused. Everyone wants to see the fight. The point that I'm making is this does nothing to affect Floyd Mayweather's legacy. This can only enhance his legacy. Because if we reverse the roles and Floyd Mayweather was the guy who had 5 losses, he's been knocked out 3 times, he's been knocked down a dozen times, right? He just got knocked out 3 fights ago by an opponent that Manny Pacquiao coincidentally beat easy as hell. It wasn't even a fight, it was a sparring match, right? And the commentators like Jim Lampley was in love, just saying, oh my God, look at the beautiful counterpunching. Look how he caught Marquez with that beautiful check hook and dropped him. Look at Manny just playing with him, using the angles, just sticking his head out and so on and so forth, right? That's what it's all about. Boxing, the sweet science, right? When Manny Pacquiao is boxing, oh, that's what it's about. It's about the sweet science. It's about the intelligence in the ring. When Lomachenko is fighting, it's about the boxing, right? But when Floyd Mayweather does this, it's boring. When Guillermo Rigo does this, it's boring. Nobody wants to watch this. We came to see a fight, a real fight, blood and guts. We know what time it is. So the point that I'm making is, if the roles were reversed and Floyd Mayweather was the loser, the guy with the 5 losses and 3 knockouts, none of these fans would be entertaining Floyd fighting Manny Pacquiao. And we all know this to be true. I mean, like I said, if you just look at previous fights, for example, once again, when Donaire was undefeated, how many of these same fans that want to see Mayweather-Pacquiao and they claim that Mayweather's a coward, how many of these fans was calling Donaire a coward when he didn't want to fight against Guillermo Rigo? No, they were saying the opposite. They were saying that Guillermo Rigo didn't deserve to fight against Donaire. He didn't have the experience. He didn't have this. When Canelo was refusing to fight Edeslani Lara, fans were saying he didn't deserve to fight Canelo. Lara didn't deserve the shot. When Gary Russell Jr. was the #1 mandatory for Johnny Gonzalez's title, these same hypocritical fans were saying he doesn't deserve to fight for Johnny Gonzalez's title. Right? Adrian Broner now saying, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao. What are these fans saying? Oh, get the hell out of here. You don't deserve to step in the ring with Manny Pacquiao. They said this when Tim Bradley signed the contract to fight Manny Pacquiao. Remember, Tim Bradley, he had unified the entire 140-pound division. And he was undefeated. He was the best fighter at the division. Hell, Teddy Atlas had already had Tim Bradley pound for pound #3 in his top 10. These fans, they were still saying, Tim Bradley does not deserve a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Oh, but Miguel Cotto deserves a rematch. You know, the guy who just got knocked out very badly against Manny Pacquiao. They were for that fight, but they opposed the Tim Bradley fight. So the point that I'm making is, if the roles were reversed, we know what fans would say. They would say, there's no way Floyd Mayweather deserves to fight against Manny Pacquiao. He better beat Marquez first. He better beat Bradley first. And then after that, he probably still doesn't deserve, because Manny Pacquiao proved he was better by the way he beat Marquez. So if you look at the history, the recent history of what these fans have been saying, then we know they would say the same thing if Mayweather had the losing record and he wanted to fight against Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather, he would never get that fight, and it would be justified according to the decafs. So anyway, I think this is a little bit of good news that Bob Arum has shut this rumor down and said it's complete nonsense to believe that Floyd Mayweather is negotiating with Miguel Cotto. This tells me that Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are still negotiating pretty strongly. Okay? If you want to check out the article, there was an article written by Steve Kim on boxingscene.com. Go ahead and check it out. That's pretty much all I got for now. I'm on to the next one.